this point around where it would take at least until the year 2032 before we reach again that 2008 figure of 15,320 per person. And of course, that assumes getting the policies right. What is gross fixed capital formation? Why is it important? What do the levels of fixed capital formation tell us about a country, maybe the direction of that country, economic freedom, economic growth, job creation, all the stuff we talk about? What do the levels of that fixed capital formation tell us about the quality of people's lives? Well, joining me to unpack this topic is Mlondi Mdluli, the campaigns manager at the Institute of Race Relations. Mlondi, thanks very much for being with us today. Just to start off, yourself and Gabriel Krause wrote an article for the Daily Maverick, which I'll link to in the description of this video. But just give us a bit of a definition of gross fixed capital formation and why it's so important.
Hi, Chris. Yes, well, a gross fixed capital formation measures a real new investment in a country. So yes, so I guess that it's a very important figure because a gross fixed capital formation today. So basically, I can say that investments today is actually responsible for co-generating tomorrow's product. So it's very, very important.
If that level of fixed capital formation increases, how can one see that on the ground? So what can people see in the businesses and the communities around them if that level increases or it declines? What sort of concrete examples can you give that people will see, okay, fixed capital formation is going better or it's going worse?
So I can see that, yes, so I can see that you'll see like through the building of factories, like the building of offices, the purchasing of a new machinery, as well as the purchasing of new equipment. So I guess that those four things are prime indicators of gross fixed capital.
In terms of what yourself and Gabriel looked at with the numbers, where is that trending at the moment then for South Africa? So the percentages maybe as a percentage of GDP, where is that fixed capital formation going in South Africa, maybe over the last 5 years or so?
Yes, so Chris, I guess that the most important graph from our piece is the graph that looks at a gross fixed capital formation per capita. So basically, we did a graph that that saw the trend of the gross fixed capital per capita from 1999 until 2022, and we saw that from 1999 until 2008 there was an upward trend. And in 2008, the level of gross fixed capital formation per capita reached a peak of 15,320. And in 2009, when Jacob Zuma came in, it decreased. And then in 2010 to 2013, it went to some sort of like a recovery phase. And then from 2014, it's been on a downward trend ever since. So yes, and in 2022, it got to a level of, it was 11,036. So basically, like when you see the trend from 28, it's its peak until 2022. We see we see that there's been a decline of 28%, and this is bad.
And in the article, I mean, one thing I think that should be highlighted that is quite stark is this point around where it would take at least until the year 2032 before we reach again that 2008 figure of 15,320 per person. And of course, that assumes getting the policies right. So if we were to get back to that level, I mean, we've now wasted the time up until now, one can focus on the causes, etc. But let's say now, fresh start, go from here to that 2032 target. In terms of the policy space and those policies that discourage investment, which ones in particular do you think are the biggest cause of discouraging the formation of gross fixed capital?
Yes, Chris. So there are basically three policies, that are the main, problem. So firstly, it's the BE as well as the Improvement Equity Bill, as well as the national minimum wage, and lastly, is the policy of expropriation without compensation. So these three policies have been the cause of the deter in the country's investments.
And Mlondi, just a final question, if I had to put you on the spot and ask you to predict how things are going to shake out. So in 5 years, we can come back and say Mlondi was correct or Mlondi was incorrect. Do you think, I mean, despite the best plans of the state, maybe the capacity isn't there, the skills aren't there, but do you think the private sector is going to sort of fill this void in a way with that investment? Do you think that'll just always be a given, or do you think investors are becoming a bit more wary with where they put their money?
I think that the investors are a bit more wary, because they can't throw money into a country that's not really, going to provide the results that they want to see. So yes, so I guess that maybe unless, because I doubt that the current government can change. Like we've been on this path for years. I guess maybe if like we see a change of governments, then things could start to work. Put backwards. We can start seeing some investments coming in, and yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. A reminder, please, before you leave, to like this video if you have not yet done so. We also invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we publish new videos. Until next time, this has been Chris Hattingh, Head of Policy Analysis at the Center for Risk Analysis. Take care.